Verse 29. Those who look down upon this world will surely take hold and try to change things. But this is a plan I've always seen fail. The world is Tao's own vessel. It is perfection manifest. It cannot be changed. It cannot be improved. For those who go on tampering, it's ruined. For those who try to grasp, it's gone. Allow your life to unfold naturally. Know that it too is a vessel of perfection. Just as you breathe in and breathe out, sometimes you're ahead and other times behind. Sometimes you're strong and other times weak. Sometimes you're with people and other times alone. To the sage, all of life is a movement towards perfection. So what need has he for the excessive, the extravagant, or the extreme? Verse 30. Those who rule in accordance with Tao do not use force against the world. For that which is forced is likely to return. Where armies settle, nature offers nothing but briars and thorns. After a great battle has been fought, the land is cursed, the crops fail, the earth lies stripped of its motherhood. A knower of the truth does what is called for, then stops. He uses strength. He uses his strength, but does not force things. In the same way, complete your task. Seek no reward. Make no claims. Without faltering, fully choose to do what you must do. This is to live without forcing, to overcome without conquering. Things that gain a place by force will flourish for a time, but then fade away. They are not in keeping with Tao. Whatever is not in keeping with Tao will come to an early end. Verse 31. Even the finest warrior is defeated when he goes against natural law. By his own hand he is doomed, and all creatures are likely to despise him. One who knows Tao never turns from life's calling. When at home, he honors the side of rest. When at war, he honors the side of action. Peace and tranquility are what he holds most dear, so he does not obtain weapons. But when their use is unavoidable, he employs them with fortitude and zeal. Do not flaunt your excellence. Do not rejoice over victory. With the loss of others, weep with sorrow and grief. After winning a battle, do not celebrate. Observe the rites of a funeral. One who is bound to action, proud of victory, and delights in the misfortune of others will never gain a thing from this world below heaven. Verse 32. Tao is eternal, one without a second. Simple indeed, yet so subtle that no one can master it. If princes and kings could just hold it, all things would flock to their kingdom. Heaven and earth would rejoice with the dripping of sweet dew. Everyone would live in harmony, not by official decree, but by their own inner goodness. This world is nothing but the glory of Tao, expressed through different names and forms. One who sees the things of this world as being real and self-existent has lost sight of the truth. To him, every word becomes a trap. Everything becomes a prison. One who knows the truth that underlies all things lives in this world without danger. To him, every word reflects the universe. Every moment brings enlightenment. Rivers and streams are born of the ocean. All creation is born of Tao. Just as all water flows back to become the ocean, all creation flows back to become Tao. Verse 33. One who knows others is intelligent. One who knows himself is enlightened. One who conquers others is strong. One who conquers himself is all-powerful. One who approaches life without force. I'll reread that one. One who approaches life with force surely gets something. One who remains content where he is surely gets everything. One who gives himself to his position surely lives long. One who gives himself to Tao surely lives forever. Verse 34. The great Tao flows everywhere. It fills everything to the left and to the right. All things owe their existence to it, and it cannot deny any one of them. Tao is eternal. It does not favor one over the other. It brings all things to completion without their even knowing it. Tao nourishes and protects all creatures, yet does not claim lordship over them. So we class it with the most humble. Tao is the home to which all things return, yet it wants nothing in return. So we call it the greatest. The sage is the same way. He does not claim greatness over anything. He's not even aware of his own greatness. Tell me, what could be greater than this? Verse 35. Hold fast to the great form within, and let the world pass as it may. then the changes of life will not bring pain, but contentment, joy, and well-being. Music and sweets are passing pleasures, yet they cause people to stop. How bland and insipid are the things of this world when one compares them with Tao. One tastes, but the sweetness turns bitter. One sees, but the colors grow faint. One hears, but the sound fades into silence. One may look for fulfillment in this world, but his longings will never be exhausted. The only things he ever finds is that he himself is exhausted. Verse 36. Contraction pulls at that which extends too far. Weakness pulls at that which strengthens too much. Ruin pulls at that which rises too high. Loss pulls at life when you fill it with too much stuff. The lesson here is called the wisdom of obscurity. The gentle outlast the strong, the obscure outlast the obvious. Hence, a fish that ventures from deep water is soon snagged by a net. A country that reveals its strength is soon conquered by an enemy. Verse 37. Tao does not act, yet it is the root of all action. Tao does not move, yet it's the source of all creation. If princes and kings could hold it, everyone under them would naturally turn within. Should a doubt or old desire rise up, the nameless simplicity would push it down. The nameless simplicity frees the heart of desire and reveals its inner silence. When there is silence, one finds peace. When there is silence, one finds the anchor of the universe within himself. Verse 38. To give without seeking reward, to help without thinking it is virtuous. Therein lies great virtue. To keep account of your actions, to help with the hope of gaining merit, therein lies no virtue. The highest virtue is to act without a sense of self. The highest kindness is to give without condition. The highest justice is to see without preference. When Tao is lost, one must learn the rules of virtue. When virtue is lost, the rules of kindness. When kindness is lost, the rules of justice. When justice is lost, the rules of conduct. And when the high-blown rules of conduct are not followed, people are seized by the arm and it is forced on them. The rules of conduct are just an outer show of devotion and loyalty, quite confusing to the heart. And when men rely on these rules for guidance, oh, what ignorance abounds. The great master follows his own nature and not the trappings of life. It is said, he stays with the fruit and not the fluff. He stays with the firm and not the flimsy. He stays with the true and not the false. Verse 39. From ancient times till now, the One has been the source of all attainments. By realizing the One, heaven becomes clear, earth becomes still, spirits gain power, and hearts fill up with joy. By realizing the One, kings and lords become instruments of peace, and all creatures live joyfully upon this earth. Without the One, heaven has no clarity and would crack. Earth has no peace and would crumble. Spirits have no power and would lose their charm. Without the One, hearts would dry up, empires would fall, all things would go lifelessly upon this earth. Long ago, kings and lords called themselves orphaned, lonely, and unworthy. What honor can there be without humility? What heights can be reached without being low? The pieces of a chariot are useless unless they work in accordance with the whole. A man's life brings nothing unless he lives in accordance with the whole universe. Playing one's part in accordance with the whole universe is true humility. So whether you're a gem in the royal court or a stone on the common path, if you accept your part with humility, the glory of the universe will be yours. Verse 40. The movement of Tao is to return. The way of Tao is to yield. Heaven and earth and all things are born of the existent world. The existent world is born of the nothingness of Tao. Verse 41. When the best seeker hears of Tao, he strives with great effort to know it. When an average seeker hears of Tao, he thinks of it now and then. He thinks of it now and again. When the poorest seeker hears of Tao, he laughs out loud. Tao is always becoming. What we have need for it to become. If it could not do this, it would not be Tao. There is an old saying, the clear way seems clouded, the straight way seems crooked, the sure way seems unsteady. The greatest power seems weak, the purest white seems tainted. The abundant seems empty. The stable seems shaky. The certain seems false. The great square has no corners. The great vessel is never filled. A beginner may be clumsy, but after practice, what talent! A large drum may sit quietly, but when it's banged, what noise! Tao lies hidden, yet it alone is the glorious light of this world. Verse 42. Tao gives life to the one gives life to the two give life to the three give life to 10,000 things. All beings support yin and embrace yang, and the interplay of these two forces fills the universe. Yet, only at the still point between the breathing in and the breathing out can one capture these two in perfect harmony. People suffer at the thought of being without parents, without food, or without worth. Yet, this is the very way that kings and lords once described themselves. Who knows what fate may bring? One day, your loss may be your fortune. One day, your fortune may be your loss. The age-old lesson that others teach, I also teach. As you plant, so you reap. As you live, so you die. Know this to be the foundation of my teachings.